Welcome to Zip News. In Egypt, 683 supporters of ousted President Mohamed Morsi have received the death sentence for an attack on a police station last year. Members of the Muslim Brotherhood were convicted by the same court who reversed the majority of the death sentences it had passed in March. President Obama has spoken out in response to racist comments made by Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling. He says the incredibly offensive racist statements are out of sync with the American self-concept. Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has announced an end to the air search for missing Malaysia flight MH370. Mr Abbott says it's unlikely aerial teams will find any floating debris of the plane, with search efforts instead concentrating on scanning the seabed. The US state of Ohio will increase the dosage of death penalty drugs after convicted murderer Dennis McGuire took nearly 30 minutes to die from a lethal injection. Taiwan has put on hold construction of its nuclear power plant after a number of large protests swept the nation. Opposition to the 10-year project has increased following the 2011 Fukushima disaster in Japan. The Canary Islands is experiencing an infestation of albino California king snake. The snakes are quickly killing off native birds, mammals and lizards. Biologists say the species were originally brought to the Canary Islands as pets. North Korea's Committee for Peaceful Reunification with South Korea has labelled the South Korean leader Park Geun-hye a dirty prostitute and a running dog. They have also referred to President Obama as Ms. Park's pimp and master. It's known as the Oscars of the fine dining world, the San Pellegrino World's 50 Best Restaurant Awards. In a highly competitive field, Copenhagen's Noma took out this year's top prize. It's the fourth victory for the iconic Danish eatery. In finance, Air Berlin has revealed an annual net loss of over 350 million euros. The German airline has cut around 900 jobs and believe its turbine-saving program will help save 200 million euros by the end of this year. To the stock update, yesterday's index winners were DJIA with a 0.53% increase, the S&P 500 was up 0.32%, Global Dow was up 0.32%, Stocks Europe 600 was up 0.19% and the ASX 200 was up 0.09%. And the index losers were Nasdaq down 0.03%, Russell 2000 down 0.53% and the Japan Nikkei 225 down 0.98%. In tech news, internet service providers in the US could start charging content providers to deliver faster data to consumers if new proposed rules are brought in by the Federal Communications Commission. The world record for the fastest completion of a Rubik's Cube is now held by a robot made of Lego with a Samsung Galaxy S4 as its brain. The CubeStormer 3 solved the cube in just 3.253 seconds. That's a bit quicker than my personal best anyway. That's Zip News for today. Join us tomorrow for updates on the top stories from around the world.